All right, cool. Now you get your wallets in there. They're all set up. You've got kind of all your balance sheet connected to kind of the various token view, wallet, token view. You now need to start to build equity in the product. So the best way to do this is also to start to identify the context of transactions. So the best way to do it is you kind of go through the transactions and you try and identify like who potentially these wallet addresses belong to. So for example, this client received 4.1 thousand kind of ETH from DAO, and they don't know what this wallet address is, for example. So, but let's say they remember it. They're like, oh, I remember this. I remember we received kind of a payment from, let's say, a vendor that we did blockchain work for. So blockchain vendor, or blockchain customer, basically, is what you could name this wallet. And then you hit save, basically. And so you see now that wallet has been named everywhere as blockchain customer, all the way down. So now every time you see kind of that wallet address, it's going to take on blockchain customer. Then you can come back to context here and you can see blockchain customer was taken. So if you already have a list of wallet address and know who they kind of belong to, the best way to do it is to kind of label it over here. So let's say it's maybe like a legal wallet. So you can name this one MME if you want. Go ahead and save. So if you already have that list, that's great. But if you don't, you can always just go through here and you can just go through the list and try and remember based on transactions what this was. So maybe this was like an inbound 500K. Maybe this was like an investor, for example. So you remember this was an investor. What you're doing here is you're kind of like just building this equity that you're later on going to use to basically label the different transactions in different accounts, which I'll show you. But it's important to kind of run this first through. And then whenever you kind of don't know something or you have some basic questions about what that may be, it's always great to label that as a review required transaction. And then you can save it. And then you can always filter for it later on, just down over here. You can go to basically review required, but I need to find it. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Come over here, review required. Go ahead and filter, and you can kind of see that transaction that we click review required for. So, but importantly at the beginning, just go through, label all the wallet addresses as best you can in terms of trying to understand what they were, and then next step is to kind of label them on the account side. All right, cool.